Here we go again. Another obstacle in the way of Conor McGregor fighting in the UFC. What up, Fightful fam, and welcome to your Fightful Fix Thursday, October 15th edition. We're going to take a look at the latest update regarding Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. Is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? And what is the newest hurdle stopping it from happening immediately? Now, before we get started, if you could please hit subscribe and tap the notification bell. That goes such a long way to helping our channel grow, and we really do appreciate it. But let's get going. So, the never-ending saga of will Conor McGregor fight in the UFC again has reached its latest chapter. To give you a brief overview of where we are, Tony Ferguson and Dustin Poirier were supposed to fight at UFC 254. Dustin Poirier rejected the financial offer given to him by the UFC. Tony Ferguson went to bat publicly and privately for Dustin to get paid. And then that fight basically didn't happen. The UFC then offered Michael Chandler versus Dustin Poirier, presumably for the same amount of money. Dustin Poirier turned it down again in support of Tony Ferguson, since they seem to have each other's backs. That fight fell through, and now Michael Chandler will serve as a backup for Khabib versus Justin Gaethje for the UFC lightweight title at UFC 254. So, where does that leave Dustin Poirier? Well, the Diamond and the notorious Conor McGregor started conversing publicly on Twitter, very respectfully, and angled for a charity fight in Dublin, Ireland on December 12th. The specifics weren't really fleshed out publicly, but the idea was that the fight would raise money for Dustin Poirier's The Good Fight Foundation. So the UFC sees Conor McGregor and Dustin Poirier chatting it up about a potential fight. Dana White and the promotion moves forward and offers Dustin Poirier and Conor McGregor a fight against one another in early 2021. Dustin Poirier accepts the fight. Conor McGregor says he accepted the fight on one condition, that the fight take place in 2020, because Conor doesn't want to wait all the way until 2021 to get a fight done. So seemingly the only hurdle was, will the UFC agree to postpone the fight until 2021? For those of you wondering, well, why would the UFC not just want to get a Conor McGregor fight done with sooner rather than later? The answer is live gates. Moving into 2021, it seems like a foregone conclusion that there will be some states allowing fans into events, including Florida and Texas. So from the UFC's point of view, the most valuable use of Conor is in front of a live audience. Dana White doubled down on Wednesday, telling ESPN that the date that's offered to Conor is January 23rd, and that fight will not be moved any sooner. It will not be moved to 2020. So here we go again. Another obstacle in the way of Conor McGregor fighting in the UFC. Conor goes public on Twitter on Wednesday and announces, "I accept a January 23rd fight against Dustin Poirier in the UFC on a new condition, because nothing in life comes easy." Conor's new condition was that the fight take place in Cowboy Stadium, which has since been renamed AT&T Stadium, in Arlington, Texas. So what does this mean from here? Well, the reason Conor is pitching Arlington, Texas is because Texas announced they are now accepting applications for live events with crowds up to a 50% capacity. AT&T Stadium can host between 80,000 and 105,000 people. So you're looking at a potential live gate with 40,000 to 52,500 people in attendance to see Conor McGregor versus Dustin Poirier. I would say this is the most significant advancement in this fight for a number of reasons. Originally, when Conor said he accepted the fight on the condition that it was going to happen in 2020, I was leaning towards, no, this fight's not going to happen, because the UFC has just shown, especially with the ESPN money that they now get, that they are not going to allow fighters to leverage them even a little bit. In theory, this is a win for both parties, because the UFC now has until January 23rd, 2021 to build a live event with crowds in-house. And for Conor, that is the biggest possible spectacle for his long-awaited UFC return. He hasn't fought since January of 2020. So what is this latest sort of stipulation that Conor is presenting? I've got two theories in mind. The first is that Conor McGregor basically did not get what he wanted. He wanted to fight in 2020. He was shut down. And so this is a way for him to sort of save face by making a public proclamation that, hey, I'm going to make Texas happen. It's entirely possible that's what the UFC is looking at anyway. And so if it comes to fruition, Conor can be like, well, you know, I'm still my voice still has leverage. The second theory, and I really hope this is not the case, is the more obvious one, that for some reason the UFC is not looking to go to Texas, whether it be a time restraint, maybe the application process is more complicated. Perhaps they want it in Florida for some reason, or maybe they're hoping that Las Vegas eases up on its protocols by that date. So that's where we are with the latest update. Conor McGregor agrees to the date. He agrees to the opponent. The only thing left to agree on, in theory, publicly at least, is a venue. And man, I want to see this fight happen so badly. I know a lot of fighters kind of have lethargy when it comes to Conor McGregor bout announcements, and I get it. So do I. We keep talking about a Conor McGregor fight. It doesn't happen. He keeps talking about retiring, and he doesn't do this. It's this circus that used to be fun and now is just sort of dull and numbing. But we know for a fact that the sport is better when Conor McGregor is around. Let's put the ugliness of him and Khabib, the trolley incident, the press conference, and the post-fight out of the way. Generally speaking, when Conor McGregor fights, it's a spectacle because he's a damn good fighter. He's a damn good talker. He has the entire nation of Ireland behind him, and he brings eyeballs all over the world from atypical fight fans, from the casual audience. And those are the big driving, motivating factors that push the sport ahead. We need that sort of mainstream appeal from time to time to further legitimize the sport. So I want to see Conor McGregor back. I hope they can do it. I don't agree with the idea of having 50,000 people in an arena right now, but if they can keep everyone 6 feet apart, I guess. Also, not what you guys came here to hear from me. So that is all for today's video. Let me know in the comments section, how much more confident are you now that this fight is going to happen compared to when Conor McGregor wanted the fight in 2020? If you like this video, the best way you can help our channel grow is, well, hit the like button. But more importantly than that, please hit subscribe. Please tap that notification bell. It really does a lot for what we're trying to do here on this channel. We've got a bunch of fun content on the way. Laugh challenges, fighters reacting to craziness that I don't want to get into because I don't want to spoil the goods. But anyway, I'm Shakiel Mahjouri, and keep up with us for everything Fightful and so delightful.
Andrea Lee, I saw you looking thirsty on your last Instagram post.
I'm not sure what that means.
I'm not sure what that means.
Modeled for a pretty calendar once.
Did you just call it?
She saw a pretty calendar.
God damn it. No, that's not it. No, don't apologize. Don't apologize. You don't need to apologize. Stop. Stop apologizing.
I like Monty, sorry.
Oh, my face is hurting right now. It sucks. I'm hurting from laughing.
Sorry, don't have COVID.
I'm gonna get fucking COVID. My wife's gonna leave. I'm not gonna get another job. I'm gonna get fucking COVID. Okay, we're gonna take 5. I'm gonna go get very drunk off camera. I'll write some lines out for you. We'll regroup.
Okay.
And then we're good. Okay. Here we go. Hey, man, can you show some enthusiasm? You're getting paid for this.
I literally paid for my fucking followers, Jamie, so let's just do the show.
All right.